To drive is fantastic. Off-road is a real beast.
The Fiat Panda, an unlikely contender for best SUV.
This was really one of the first with this driving seated higher than other cars. You have a lot of space. For me, on the heads, on the shoulder, on the arms.
The feeling of an SUV, but with an electric motor. The Italian car designer Fabrizio Giugiaro has electrified the Panda.
The difference between petrol and electric is that incredible, we have more performance. So of course we have a lot of fun, more fun driving this electric vehicle than the petrol car. When we are talking about the fact of the noise, it's absolutely stupid because you immediately connect the performance to quiet. It's a quiet object that moving and give you incredible emotion in acceleration. The funny thing is that this car is so good that I know that I can keep this car forever. And here we have the big surprise. As you can see, we have an electric engine, like 30 kilowatt, not so powerful to move this, very light. But everything here is original, so except the engine. And then we have here two radiators to anyway for the heat of the battery, and the engine we have two radiators exactly in the same place where there was the original radiator. And special, very special, because it's a four-wheel drive. So we have to take care about the transmission we have to the rear drive, and the battery must be split into different, let me say, components. The battery are here under this carpet, here, and under the floor. So as I said, it's two portion of pack splitted in order to give some range. It is a good suggestion to say that time and today the shape of the car and the project of the car is so good that could be nearly eternal, changing just technology of the drive, powertrain.
The Panda is a cult car from the 1980s, developed by Fabrizio's father, Giorgio Giugiaro. For over 30 years, the two have designed exciting cars together.
So it's a perfect example of doing a good design. Design is not styling, it's design.
Scusi, perché ha scelto una Panda?
Perché? E perché no?
Perché?
Cosa vuole che le dica? È una macchina seria.
Perché è italiana.
Perché la Panda è così maschia.
That vision that was at that time really go through 2021 today. It's a miracle vision was made for, let me say, people with not big money to buy a car, but gave a solution with few money to have a lot. And then it became a kind of car like jeans, that everybody can wear it. There's not a problem of having money or not having money.
The made in Italy Fiat Panda, a true milestone in the history of mobility.
They talk about to make a popular car, but at the same time very, very spacious inside. Must be really for 5 person, driving 4 passenger with a quite big trunk. How to do it in a car that is less than 3.5 meters, no? The car came immediately to be designed a very square, because if you make a car rounded, then you reduce the space inside. So it was from the beginning clear to make a very radical design, very simple, with flat glass, flat surface, everything in order to be, my father said, is a container.
All the features that make SUVs irresistible, while the Panda had them all back in 1980.
The driving position of this car was really unique, no, perfect, absolutely perfect in the ergonomy. And then, as you can see in the dashboard and the panel in front, there is the protection of the knees and a big bag for anything you need over there. The glass here are very big. Has incredible visibility, nice visibility, and a lot of light inside. Then, because are flat and not curved, you have absolutely more space. But my favorite thing is the driving position is amazing, really.
Allez papa, vas-y.
I was driving always very fast, still today. Something that is not really allowed, which is speed. Of course, we like driving car for the performance, and in this case, we are talking about on a car that the performance are not the most important things. Is the project of this car is something different, but at the same time was and it is such a cute compact car that gives you the impression to go fast. I'm a designer, but a designer of cars with a lot of passion of this job. I mean, the difference between my father and I, for example, is when I start to make the first sketches, I can't wait to drive it, the car. So I'm a very particular one that is not only the shape that are on my mind when I start to design a car, is about driving, about the performance, about everything I can design inside and outside.
The Giugiaro's design studio in Turin, where both practical people movers and elegant sports cars have been created.
It's funny to switch from a Ferrari or a good Alfa Romeo or a nice Volkswagen to an extreme popular car is hard. It's harder than make a Ferrari. It's true from ever. I've done other simple cars. My father did also the Golf.
The first VW Golf from 1974 is arguably the most popular car designed by Giugiaro. Giorgio and Fabrizio have been developing exciting models for a wide variety of car brands for decades. More than 60 million vehicles in the world bear their signature. Cars with cult status, like this Bmw M1, for example, influenced heavily by the Panda design.
It is a car that was made nearly or just after the Fiat Panda. So Panda teach in the shape of square, because anyway at the time to make this extreme compact car and see that the edge was working, also in this car my father decides to make this shape with some really square angle and edges that he trained with the Panda.
One of the highlights of classic car design is the Maserati Ghibli from 1966. Extraordinary, beautiful, but revolutionary like the Panda.
The Ghibli here is really the most beautiful in terms of pure style. But this is not a car that, let me say, break the rules and give something to the world of car business. This is an object, like a watch, a very luxury watch. Beauty is a kind of message that gives this car. The Panda is more complete.
There's also the original Alfa Romeo Giulia from 1963, a real eye-catcher. But not even this car can hold a candle to the Panda.
The best is the Panda, because it's more complicated than this one. So that is just, let me say, a dress on a beautiful lady. The Panda is absolutely something more. It is a project. When a project is good in terms of design, it is not only aesthetic, but what you have inside and outside match perfectly the need of something like this. Could be nearly eternal. I know that I can keep this car forever, because now we have a good electric engine, a system that is working, and just put in battery every time better and better and better, we'll have a car that solves all the problems.